I know I talked to him a couple weeks ago at Attica. He told me, I'm just out here having a good time. And
that's what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Come out here, have some fun. I know it's his first year with a 410 under the hood of that machine, usually a 305 guy, and bumped it up to a 410 for 2024.
In the V60, several of our Australian drivers competing in Ohio Sprint Speedweek. Jordan Charge, the Leadfoot Kid out of Melton, Victoria, Australia, in the Super F Series spares. Marcusson, Wills Auto, Jackson Raps, number V60.
Drivers being given a soft yellow, as Aaron Fry would call it. Just letting the drivers get out, buzz the racetrack a little bit, and get a feel for it. All drivers are going to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to the officials in the infield as whether or not they feel the track is ready yet.
All right, William, I'm going to put you to the test. What's track record at Wayne County Speedway?
Set by Spencer Baston.
Okay.
I know that much off the top of my head.
Was it at the High Limit show?
It was not, actually. This was set back in 2017. The track record we're looking at is a 13.808 set by Spencer Baston back on April the 21st, 2018.
13.808. Spencer Baston's gone on to some big things.
I think somebody came close last week. Or that's late model track. I'm
saying that because the track looks phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. We may see it tonight.
Well, just as we say that, the track is in excellent shape. Devin Borden in that Brian Grow Racing 45, the quickest lap in hot laps at a 14.295. Cap Henry in the 33W at a 14.705. And Zeth Sabo, your top three, in car number 29 at a 14.707. And that's the first set. Tracks usually get faster, and this will be no exception in hot lap session number 2, I would imagine. First car I see rolling out the 27. This young man picked up an Indiana Midget win, Indiana Midget Week win, I believe last Thursday. Emerson Axum out of Franklin, Indiana. Car 27, WCI, Capital Industries, IPC, Petrie Excavating. Finished third in the national USAC points last year, Emerson Axum did. That team in the offseason decided to fold for the time being, and he was left without a ride, and some guys came together and said, this kid's too talented, let's put a race car under him, and we're going to go wing racing.
Also out there, see the driver out of Ashland, Ohio, in the K&R Supply, Buckeye Blasting. Allogistis Kears Speed Shop number 7, that is Dylan Kingen. And park beside him another Wayne County Speedway regular out of Mansfield, Ohio, the Precision Lube Wash, Rod Auto Boots Garage, Johnson Bros Jewelry, Shagley's number 6J of Jonah Almond.
In the number 17, another one of the Central Pennsylvania hot shoes, Dylan Norris out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the philpools.com Polk Brothers Racing specified commodity carriers, Thrivent, Fusion Financial Group, Dynatech Controls. He's got a win at the Pittsburgh Motor Speedway in 2024.
And also out there out of North Lawrence, Ohio, the Ingrid Graphics, Buckeye Roofing, Dorothy Company, High Speed TI number 2, that is Joe Adorjan.
The 28M of Connor Morrell out of Bradenton, Florida. The 20-year-old driver of the Tub of Towels, Amelie Oil, All-Star Performance, TI-22 Performance, Cox Chevrolet, Hooker Harnesses. He finished 6th with the All-Stars last year. And the number 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weichert's Livestock, Derek Snyder, Self-Made Racing, RV Four-wheel drive and performance. Shark Excavating, Sandoz Fruit Market. 6 wins on the season for Double D. On the backstretch, another one of our Australians, the 5AU, Brock Hallett, out of Victoria, Australia, and the GW Racing All-Star Graphics, J&S Drilling Kaiser Wheels, 5AU. Cale Thomas, last night's feature winner in the Jake Kaiser Racing, number 23, out of Fairland, Indiana. The 26-year-old driver of the Spanky's Pizza, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Automatic Fire Protection, Ohio Refrigeration, Ohio Heating, BH41 TMH Holdings, number 23. A pair of wins at Attica, one at Fremont, and now one at Waynesfield on the 2024 season.
Last Saturday, the Australian Brock Hallett picked up a 7th place run here at Wayne County, was inside the top 5 and actually clipped the berm coming out of turn number 2, almost flipped the car, but kept it going straight to bring home a 7th place run.
Which reminds me of the old Speed Weeks. We used to get a whole bunch of Australians would come over for Ohio Sprint Speed Weeks, and we're starting to see that again. I love it.
Oh, problems for Emerson Axum coming out of turn number 4. Not too sure what happened there. Emerson Axum slowing to a stop coming out of turn number 4. Not too sure what happened there. Saw the front wing on that car bent.
Well, my guess is he made contact with the outside wall. I'm just guessing.
That could be. We're not going to jump to conclusions, but at some point that could have happened.
It might be Emerson's first ever appearance here at Wayne County Speedway.
I want to say you're right.
Unless he came, never had USAC here, have they?
Nope.
Nope.
Not, at least not in the 4 years I've been here.
There you go.
We also have a tow truck that just hit the cone. I'm going to call it Ronnie Myers, the Pine Tree Towing Recovery. That's a big no-no. You're never supposed to hit the cone.
You're going to be docked 2 positions. Nice looking tow truck, though.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie does a great job with Pine Tree Recovery. They've been
flat right there. There we go.
That's the issue. That'll do it for you.
Well, that probably took him right into the wall. There we go.
But yeah, Pine Tree Recovery, a family-owned business. They're the usual sponsor of our weekly sprint car show here at Wayne County Speedway. Got to thank the Myers family for all of their support. Great to have Ronnie and his tow truck here on Ohio Sprint Speed Week. Green is back out here in this hot lap session.
So Connor Morale in that 28, fastest in that hot lap session at a 14.852. He's 5th quick overall. Devin Borden still quickest in hot laps. Third flight of hot laps rolling on to the Speedway. He was a late arrival. Cameron Nastasi out of Hubbard, Ohio, in car number 99. The 26-year-old driver of the Sandblast Solutions. Jeff Bidyard's Auto. Elks Floor Covering, Valley Roof Washing, HD Moving Capital C Machine, number 99. That is the white and red 99. The white and black 99 is Skylar G. out of Leduc, Alberta, Canada. The 25-year-old driver of the Warrior Building Development. Building Packages Direct, Pat Rack Dumpsters, Castle Rock Enterprise, Pat Beck Motorsports, FK Roddins, Nelson Brothers for the 99 of Skylar G. Behind him, the number 38 of Leighton Wagner out of Eon Valley, Pennsylvania, and the Shell Haas Landscape Construction. Karski Security, Watkins Turf Care, Al's Corner, number 38. The 101 of Caleb Henry. Out of Roseville, California, the 24-year-old driver of the Running Boxer Farms, Harris Distributing Company, Valvoline, Oil, K1 Race Gear, Perryman Racing Shocks, Chalk Sticks, number 101. Connor Morrell, the number 24. Gonna go maybe World of Outlaw Racing next year. Excuse me, not Connor Morrell, Danny Sams the third. It's only night 4 and I'm already getting out of Northport, Florida, and RVLocksandMore.com. Global Link, Schaefer's Oil by Rob Enders. Number 24, Danny Sams the third.
Driver's got a feature win here this season out of Castalia, Ohio. The Lakeview Roofing LLC, Jora Transport, Real Deal Lawn Care, Coles Energy, number 25R. That is Jordan Ryan. And also saw one of the rookie drivers out of Medina, Ohio. Driving I got his number mixed up. The Albright Security, Chuck's Custom Truck and Trailer, Blue Moon Construction, number 8T. That is Tanner Tecco.
Another rookie down the front stretch here in his first year, 410 racing out of Rising Sun, Ohio. Cody Brewer, the 29-year-old driver of the Sure Concrete Protection, MRZ Tree and Brush Terminating Stall Electric Bowling Transportation. Casey Jetterzak in the number 11N. Out of LaGrange, Ohio, and the Mr. Heater Heat Star, Cherry's Outdoor World, Cherry's Propane Team, line them up. Heitmeyer Concrete, number 11N. Jamie Myers out of Caldwell, Ohio, in that number 25. His brother Chris drove at the couple Speedweek shows. The Pine Tree Towing and Recovery, D&D Automotive, Valley View Hills Winery, Fisher Engines, number 25.
That 25 car is actually Chris's personal car when he's not driving the 38K car. Whoa, hang on, our Cameron Tassi around to turn number 2.
Anytime you say hold on in turn 2, every bad wreck I've seen here has been on the outside of turn 2.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about turn 2. We've sent a few cars over the wall over in turn 2. We have yet to do it this season, thankfully.
Hey, look at that. Just in that brief stint, Jordan Ryan up to second quick. Jordan loves this place, former track champion, feature win here this season. He's got about, I don't know, it seems like 110 second place runs over at Attica Raceway Park in his career. Former 305
him and Ricky
track.
Peterson have thrown down quite a few times here this season, with Peterson coming out twice. So
I love that because they're both young, talented drivers. I'd love to hear that.
Sure. As I was saying, though, before that all unfolded, Jamie Myers driving his brother Chris's car. Chris actually has a feature win this season in that car down at the Ohio Valley Speedway. Now let's get a good look. Getting a good look at that new Welcome to Wayne County Speedway banner done by our friends at Platinum Designs. Thanks to our friends Brad and Kyle for putting that together. They do wraps and more. Give them a call at 567-274-2202 for all of your graphic needs.
So Devin Borden still quickest, now Skylar G in that 99 second quick. Danny Sams third, Jordan Ryan fourth, Cale Thomas fifth, Cap Henry sixth, Zeth Sabo seventh, Caleb Henry eighth, Connor Morrell ninth, and Danny Dietrich your top 10 in speeds and hot laps.
So we got the So way fast does it here, Wayne County Speedway. We split the field in half. So we'll qualify the first two groups, then bring the next group out for hot laps, then qualify those guys.
They're still qualifying against the cars in their heat. Yeah, heats 1 and 2, yes.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it and then be wrong.
That's all right. Then you just say, my bad.
Yeah. I try not to say my bad, though. I like being right.
You got to say my bad if you're going to be Will the Thrill.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Walking through the pits earlier, you know, the track that was built by the Jacobs family, somebody yells Jacobs and about 40 people turn around in the pits. That's what I love about coming down here, that and the Hodenshields. Saw Patty Hodenshield out there with Hodenshield Racing merchandise. I would imagine Jack's here.
I want to say I saw Jack was coming today, and he was supposed to be signing autographs. I can't remember when, though.
Your first car to qualify made the tow over from Knoxville, Iowa to get some experience on different racetracks. Riley Goodnow, the 21-year-old driver of the Quality Traffic Control Stivers Ford Lincoln, Schilling Excavating. In his career, he's got wins at Huset Speedway in South Dakota and Jacksonville Speedway in Minnesota.
Other driver on track out of Hubbard, Ohio, driving the Sandblast Solutions Inc. HD Moving Services, Valley Roof Washing, Capital C Machine number 99. That is Cameron Natassi.
First lap for Riley Goodnow, 15.449, 15.449. Cameron Nastasi, a 16.719, 16.719. Riley Goodnow's second lap is quicker to 15.234, 15.234. Okay. 16.474 faster for Cameron Nastasi, so right now Riley Goodnow quickest.
Next pair out of Waterville, Ohio, driving the Control Design Solutions. Complete Collision Tires, Slick Banshee Graphics, number 5T. That is Travis Philo.
And right behind him, the 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Second last night at Waynesfield. Didn't even make the feature the first two nights of Ohio Sprint Speed Week. To Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Weikert's Livestock, Derek Snyder, Self-Made Racing, RV 4-Wheel Drive and Performance, York Excavating, Sandoz Fruit Market. 6 wins on the 2024 season. Danny Dietrich, quick time in heat race number 1 right now to 14.5 to 8. Travis Philo, second quick at a 14.541. Travis Philo goes atop the speed charts at a 14.419. And he will stay there. Danny Dietrich, second quick at a 14.444. Riley Goodnow, third. Cameron Nastasi, fourth. Into number 27. Emerson Axum out of Franklin, Indiana, WCI, Capital Industries, IPC Petrie Excavating for the driver who was third in national USAC sprints last year. Hang on, Emerson, dust in the wall.
Another driver out there out of Raymond, Washington, driving the Canton Erectors, Ron Jacobs Trucking, Stair Services, CEI Crane and Rigging, number 45. That is Devin Borden, the 2023 Port Royal Track Champion.
Devin Borden, just like that, goes to third quick in heat race number 1.
Tagged the berm a little bit coming out of turn number 2.
Emerson Axum, fifth quick, and Devin Borden will remain at third quick. So Travis Philo, Danny Dietrich, Devin Borden, Riley Goodnow. You want to get in the top 4 in your qualifying in your heat to start in those first 2 rows in the feature event. Zeth Sabo, car number 29 out of Fremont, Ohio. The 21-year-old driver of Fremont Auto Parts, Linder Speed Equipment, Level Utilities, Kaiser Sound, Limousine Services, number 29.
And Jeremy DePoski out of Shiloh, Ohio, in that self-sponsored number 13 machine.
joke when they're self-sponsored, the sponsor is my wallet.
I had a mini stock guy who put the First National Bank of me and my wife one time. I'm not even
I
lying.
love that. Okay. Zeth Sable up to third quick. Problems for Jeremy Toposki in turns 3 and 4.
Sounds like he spun on his own.
Jeremy Toposki, nasty spill at Fremont on Saturday. Talked to him in the pit area. He said the frame was good, just everything that bolts to it was gone. Said he had a lot of spares.
From what I've heard, as long as the frame isn't bent, it typically is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, the rear bumper pushed into the fuel cell. He must have backed it into the fence. I didn't. Did he?
So it looks like you have to push the 13 of Jeremy Toposki off the racing surface and into the infield. That's a little dented.
That will buff out. You put enough air into it,
I bet.
it'll pop out, and it'll scare the crap out of you.
Push bars need a couple of sledgehammers.
So that leaves Zeth Howdy Sabo with one lap to go in qualifying. He's already third quick in this heat. Driving the Rich Farmer-owned number 29. Zeth came really close to getting a win last Saturday, not this past Saturday. Saturday before at Fremont, got passed on the last corner of the last lap by Caleb Henry. And Zeth Sabo, quick time at a 14.174. 14.174, quick time for Zeth Sabo. Travis Philo second quick, Danny Dietrich third, Devin Borden still your top four.
Next pair out of Republic, Ohio, driving the Jeff Ford Demolition, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Tony Elliott Foundation, Primal Tees number 33W, the current Speedweek points leader, that's Cap Henry.
And behind him, the Australian in the V60. He hails from Melton, Victoria, Australia. His nickname is the Leadfoot Kid, Jordan Charge. He's an electrician by trade, so that his last name's Charge.
That's clever.
I thought so. I wanted to call him Sparky, but he didn't like that. The Super F Series spares, Martiscon, Will's Auto, Jackson Wraps number V60. Cap Henry up to third quick on his opening lap. And that's where he will stay. Jordan Charge goes up to fifth quick, but Danny Dietrich on the bubble now, the top four to start in the first two rows.
Cap Henry, the defending race winner of the Duffy Smith Memorial. Driver leading the charge out of Bradenton, Florida, driving the Tubatow Zamley Motor Oil, number 28M is Connor Morell.
And behind him, in the number 17, out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, it's Dylan Norris in the PhilPools.com, Pope Brothers Racing Specified Commodity Carriers, Private Fusion Financial Group, Dynatech Controls, a winner at the Pittsburgh Motor Speedway last week. Con Morell seventh quick on his opening lap. Jordan Charge up to fifth quick. Con Morell will stay eighth quick. Or excuse me, in the 17 of Dylan Norris. Go seventh quick. Seventh quick for Dylan Norris. Your top four unchanged right now. Zeth Sabo, Travis Philo, Cap Henry, and Danny Dietrich. Jordan Charge fifth. Devin Borden sixth. Dylan Norris seventh. Con Morell eighth.
Founder of the qualify in this group out of Mansfield, Ohio, driving the Precision Lube Wash, Rod Abuse Garage, Johnson Bros Jewelry, Shagley's number 6J, that is Jonah Almond. Last car in heat race number 1 to qualify. Jonah, a weekly regular here with the Pine Tree Tone Recovery Sprint cars. Lap number 1 for Amund. Good for 11th quick at a 16.307, 1.6307. Second lap time for Jonah Amund. Better at a 15.982, still good for 11th quick.
That will wrap up first heat qualifying. So your quick qualifier will be Zeth Sable. He'll roll off 4th in heat race number 1. Second quick, Travis File will start on the pole. The outside of him will be Cap Henry, and Danny Dietrich will start right beside Zeth Sabo in heat race number 1.
Cars ready to qualify for heat race number 2. A couple Wayne County regulars. Double up of the driver out of North Lawrence, Ohio. Driving the Angry Duck Graphics. Buckeye Roofing, Roofing Company High Speed TI number 2. That is Joe Adorjan. And behind him, out of Ashland, Ohio, driving the K&R Supply. Buckeye Blasting. Outlaw Logistics Kears Speed Shop number 7. That is Dylan Kingen.
Your attention, please. Brianna Marie Lucas. You left your wallet in the restroom. Brianna Marie Lucas, you left your wallet in the restroom. We have it up here in the scoring tower. You need to come get it.
Opening lap for these two drivers. Adorjan going to take a 16.138. And Dylan Kingen will set the charts at a 15.272. Currently right now, Dylan Kingen sits 11th in sprint car points here at Wayne County Speedway. Lap number 2 for Adorjan, a little better at a 15.770, and better for Kingen a 15.162. So Dylan Kingen starts things off at a 15.162, and Joe Adorjan a 15.770.
Next pair, Cale Thomas, last night's winner at Waynesfield Motorsports Park. In that, Jay Kaiser Racing, number 23, out of Fairland, Indiana. The 26-year-old driver of the Spanky's Pizza, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Automatic Fire Protection, Ohio Refrigeration, Ohio Heating, Engler Machine, BH41, TMH Holdings, Berryman Racing Shocks, Kaiser Wheels. 4 wins on the season for Cale Thomas.
And the other driver out there from Portland, Victoria, Australia, driving the GW Racing, Kaiser Wheels, Slade Shock Technology, number 5 AU is Brock Hallett.
Cale Thomas quickest now in heat race number 2 at a 14.300. Brock Hallett second quick in the 5 AU at a 14.700. Dylan Kingen and Joe Adderton.
Next group out will be led by the driver out of Colorado, Ohio, driving the D&D Automotive, Pine Tree Total Covering, number 25, that is Jamie Myers.
Danny Sams the third out of Northport, Florida. In that number 24, the 22-year-old driver, the RVLocksandMore.com. Global Link, Schaefer's Oil by Bob Enders. Set quick time the other night at Fremont Speedway, then got caught up at a crash in his heat race, but he's been fast all Speedweek long. Danny Sams, the third in that 24D car. And just like that, he goes second quick on his opening lap. Jamie Myers will stay at 5th quick. And Danny Sams up to second quick in that 24D at a 14.374. Brock Hallett third, Dylan Kingen fourth. Your top 4 cars. Caleb Henry in the 101 out of Sacramento, California. The 24-year-old driver of the Running Boxer Farms, Harris Distributing Company, Valvoline Oil, K1 Race Gear, Berryman Racing Shocks, Chalk Sticks, an Aussie All-Star Challenge winner, made a name for himself racing in the winter up on the wall in turn 2. Oh, there goes the tire. I saw him get in just where the guardrail and the dirt mound begins, got the right rear in there, and it exploded.
That's something about that wall. I've seen guys all season, both here in the sprint cars and even in the late models and modifieds, that wall just seems to come out and it grabs you right in.
The tire might have exploded and hit his arm.
So medic's going to take a look at Caleb Henry and check up on him. So we do have a stoppage. Check out Sink's Garage Diecasts down on the Turn 4 side of things. He's got a lot of great stuff. Even gave me a few things to give away throughout the night. So keep your ears open for that. We're going to have some fun and give some stuff away.
Certainly prayers for Caleb Henry. An enjoyable young man to talk to. They're going to take him to the infield to assess him. He was holding his right arm when he got out of the car. Let's just hope it just knocked a big bruise in it or something like that. No broken bones, let's pray.
I guess one thing you don't really realize with that rubber, when it rips apart like that at that high rate of speed,
it's a projectile. Yeah, it's a projectile.
It can slap you.
You see there's some fluid over there in the exit of turn 2 as well. So I don't know if that ripped a hole in the brake line, drive line, or even the oil pan. As I was saying, he made a name for himself racing in Australia. The driver out of California, an Aussie All-Star Challenge winner, which is tough to do over there. Old School Night Valvoline Speedway winner, too, and that's even more difficult in Australia. And the Mark Forney Classic winner in Australia. As they get the 101 Running Boxer farm car on the Pine Tree Towing wrecker. Other car in this qualifying, young man out of LaGrange, Ohio, driving the Ed Neumeister, number 11N. That is Casey Jetterzek. And if that last name, Jetterzek, rings a bell, that family big in the super modified racing on the asphalt. Casey, just 19 years of age in the Mr. Heater, Heat Star, Cherries Outdoor World, Cherries Propane Team Line 'em Up, Heitmeyer Concrete, Chalk Sticks, Elite Wings, Fisher Custom Printing. Rhonda Jetterzek at Howard Hanna Real Estate, the Baggio family, Perfection Fabricators, Simpson Race Products, FK Rod Ends, Sips and Such, BEI Supply and Rental, Nagy Coatings, Southgate Lanes. He's been racing for 12 years, coming out of the 305 ranks where he amassed 5 wins in a very short period of time, Casey Jetterzek in that 11N.
I remember watching Casey, I think, run a top 5 here a few years ago with the Open 305s. I always knew that he was a strong car in that field.
Think about the car owner, Ed Neumeister's put a lot of young talent in that 11N, including Buddy Kofoid.
Absolutely.
Cole Macedo. He's had a lot of different drivers in that. DJ Netto drove that car.
Didn't Christopher Bell drive that car a couple times?
Christopher Bell drove that car a couple times, yes.
I want to say I saw Christopher actually drive that car to an all-star win here at one point.
Yes. Yes.
I want to say that.
I can look that up. Hold on.
I think I was here that night. I was, how do I want to word this? Not the same age I was right now. I don't want to make you feel any more older than I've already done tonight. While Brian is looking that up, want to plug another great sponsor of ours, that being O'Reilly Auto Parts. They've been the title sponsor to the Race to the Championship for quite a while. You can shop anytime online by heading to O'Reilly.com. Brian, what'd you find?
October of 2017, Christopher Bell. Yes.
I knew it was either 18 or 17. I knew that much.
October 7th. That was when Mansfield Speedway was still running.
Absolutely.
The All-Stars went there to the next week, and Ryan Smith won both events.
Never made it over to that track.
So Casey Jedrzejek will begin his qualifying run. And Casey Jedrzejek will go fourth quick in the 11N at 14.940. 14.940 is opening lap, fourth quick. This might be a little better for Casey Jedrzejek. And it is not. Just a tick off his first lap. 14.907, the quick lap for Casey Jedrzejek. Fourth quick. The next driver, his dad was a regular with the World of Outlaws in early days of the Outlaws, Tim G. He's in the pits this evening. This is Skylar G. out of Leduc, Alberta, Canada. The 25-year-old driver of the Warrior Building Development, building packages, direct Pat Rack, Dumpsters, Castle Rock, Enterprises, Pat Beck Motorsports, FK Roddens, Nelson Brothers, number 99.
Behind him, a regular at the Wayne County Speedway out of Eden Valley, Pennsylvania, driving the Shell House Landscape Construction, Karski Security, Watkins Turf Care, Alice Corner, number 38, Lightning, Leighton Wagner.
Wagner sixth quick on his opening lap. Skylar G third quick. And Leighton Wagner will stay at sixth quick. So Skylar G into the top four. Skylar G is third quick now. Cale Thomas, Danny Sam, Skylar G, Brock Hallett. Your top four qualifiers thus far. This next young man in the number 5, a rookie to 410 Racing. Out of Rising Sun, Ohio, this is Cody Brewer coming out of the 305 sprint ranks. Cody from Rising Sun, he's 29 years of age in the Sure Shell Concrete Protection, MRZ Tree and Brush, Terminating Stall Electric, Bowling Transportation, MD Auto Repair, Ken's Transmissions, B&G Seeds, Injector Experts, number 5.
And a guy who just celebrated his, I believe, 21st birthday yesterday, out of Medina, Ohio, driving the Albright Security, Chuck's Custom Truck and Trailer, Blue Moon Construction, number 8T is Tanner Tecco.
Cody Brewer, 7th quick at a 15.045. Tanner Tecco up to 10th quick. He ran midgets a little bit, did he, Tanner, I believe?
Possibly. I know he was from the go-kart ranks.
Yep.
Final driver to hit the racetrack for the first group of hot laps. Out of Castalia, Ohio, the Lakeview Roofing LLC, Joe Ray Transport, Real Deal Lawn Care, Coles Energy, number 25R, Jordan Ryan. Jordan Ryan, a feature winner here at the Wayne County Speedway.
He'll go fourth quick in his opening lap for Jordan Ryan at a 14.639. Stumbled a little bit there in turns 1 and 2, but the opening lap good for fourth quick. That'll put him in the first 2 rows of this heat race, and he'll stay fourth quick. So Cale Thomas quickest, Danny Sam second, Skylar G third, Jordan Ryan. Those will be your first 2 rows in heat race number 2.
So we'll take a second here and get all of the push buggies off the race, or out of the infield, and get ready to roll the next group out for hot laps. And the driver that's going to lead them is no stranger to victory lane here. Picked up the feature win last Saturday and is the defending track champion. He comes to us out of Napoleon, Ohio, driving the J-Rail Trucking, L&R Farms, K&K Collision, Guns Auto and Towing, number 91. That's Tyler Gunn.
And behind him, the young man who is the 2020 Ohio Valley Sprint Car Association champion out of Frederickstown, Ohio in the 4-star. Tyler Street, the 25-year-old driver of the Bandit Logistics, Mules Hauling, M. Miller Construction, Schaefer's Oil, Behrman Racing, Shocks Mount Vernon, Buckeye Auto Care. Good top 5 run for the 4-star of Tyler Street.
Another driver out there looking to change his luck tonight out of Caldwell, Ohio, driving the Kepthorne Automall, Pine Tree Tonal Recovery, Advanced Tire Pros, Kramer's Custom Sheep on number 38K. That's Chris Myers.
And beside him, the W20, a 2-time All-Star champion out of Benton Ridge, Ohio. And that Hercules Tires, DNC Hydraulics, Ohio Logistics entry out of Benton Ridge, Ohio, Greg Wilson.
Another driver on the front straightaway out of Worcester, Ohio, driving the Idle Automotive, ABR Farms number 11. That is Sean Hubler.
And Creed Kemenaw on the 15K out of Elvada, Ohio, the 17-year-old driver of the Ohio Logistics, Truck Works of Ohio, Redline Welding, Real Geese Decoy, Kings Racing Products, Leuna, Local Unions, number 15K.
Out of Sterling, Ohio, a former opening night feature winner in the JS Bova Excavating, Pro Quality Demolition, Southeast Equipment, SP Tech, number 20B. That is Cody Bova.
And the veteran in the 0 car, 60 years young, out of Ashwaubenon, Ontario, Canada, Glenn Stiers in the GSR Janitrelli Promotions, number 0.
And the driver being pushed off down the front straightaway. He's got 2 feature win here, 2 features, 1 here. Wow, I can't talk. Out of Boston, Ohio, the King Code Quality Meats, Benjamin Steele, Bluffton Diesel Service, Sourmux Tavern, number 2. That is Ricky Peterson. Final driver out of Ashland, the K&R Supply, Buckeye Blasting, Outlaw Logistics, Keir Speed Shop, number 7. That one is Troy Kingen.
And he's in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. He was leading the first 3 laps at Fremont before the rains came. In that 49X out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the Steel City Outlaw Tim Schaefer, a 4-time All-Star champion, Knoxville Nationals winner in the Rudsick Excavating. Centerline Boring Smith Titanium Precision Overhead Garage Door 49X. He's got a late model win this year. Tim Schaefer
I saw that.
Yeah. He's he purchased his own late model, been kind of messing around with that for the last 2-3 years, and it's been awfully good. Cody Bova in that 20B out of Struthers, Ohio, the 31-year-old driver of the JS Bova Excavating, Southeastern Equipment, Seneca Bob Subs, SP Tech Pro Quality Demo, Richardson Tree Services, number 20B, multi-time Mercer Raceway track champion. 2 career wins here at Wayne County in 410, Cody Bova.
Yes.
There you
I
go.
know he won an opening night a few years ago as well.
Well, you would expect the defending track champion here at Wayne County Speedway to defend home turf, and he is quickest. In that first group of hot laps, Tyler Gunn in the 91 and the 14.981. Tyler Street second quick, Creed Kemenaw third, Cody Bova fourth, Greg Wilson fifth, Tim Schaefer sixth, Chris Myers seventh, Ricky Peterson eighth, ninth, Troy Kingen and Sean Hubler, your top 10. You know what's interesting with Tim Schaefer, all the wins, Knoxville National, in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, he's always struggled here at Wayne County.
I know, that is something that's just always gotten me because I've seen him run so well at Attica, so well at Fremont, and some out here, a lot of good guys always seem to struggle here. I remember Corey Eliason always seemed to struggle here when the All-Stars would come every year. Well, we've got some of the family that helped build the place. Sitting on the front straightaway, farthest forward, out of Worcester, Ohio, driving the BB Drain Service, Harbor Electronics, Gressman Power Sports, number 9, that is Trey Jacobs. And beside him, he's got a feature win here this season. Out of Holmesville, Ohio, driving the Simcox Grinding and Steel, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Amanda Lewis Attorney, Bell Outdoors, number 81, it's the Snowman, Lee Jacobs.
Behind them, Shane DeVault, who has three feature wins on the season, 2 at Fremont, 1 at Butler. And that Lane Racing number 4 out of Plymouth, Indiana, the 24-year-old driver that out on the end of Put in Bay. Premier Planning Services, Dasher Lanes, Leadhead Waterfowl, Pro Auto Wraps, Kistler Engines, Kistler Racing Products number 4. In the number 34, he was a non-wing racer, putting the wing on and having pretty good success with it. Used to call Tempe, Arizona home. Now he has moved to Franklin, Indiana. Sterling Kling, the 27-year-old driver of the Sterling Kling Racing, Bird Racing, DRC Chassis, number 34.
The other 2 drivers out there out of Mansfield, Ohio, driving the Jamarga Homes, Keller Williams, Joe Hand Cleaner, Patriot Capital Financial, number 9, that is Lance Heinberger. And the driver right behind him out of Strasburg, Ohio, driving the Red Malkett Inc., Sugar Creek Cartridge, McIntosh Oil, Brian Builders, number 70 is Henry Malkett.
The 47 of Todd King out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, and the BMRE Electric Carts, R. Braun Incorporated, St. Nick's Chimney and Foundation, Redline Racing Fuels, number 47, and Logan McCandless out of Mercer, Pennsylvania, in car number 29. The 22-year-old driver McCandless Ford, McCandless Trailer Sales, Priest Enterprises High Performance Lubricants, Carmate Trailers, number 29. Logan taking an eye at maybe going World of Outlaw Racing next year.
That'd be quite a step for him. I always love sharing the story about Logan every time he comes here to Wayne County. The first time I ever saw Logan McCandless race, it was a 305 race here back in 2021. Him and I believe it was Ayrton Olson were battling side by side heading into turn 3. McCandless nailed the tire and all but flipped that car. I think it balanced on just about every tire, but never went upside down.
I see this young lady coming up the steps. Happy 52nd wedding anniversary to George and Rita Prosser. Happy 52nd wedding anniversary.
Long-time car owners with a 19 car. Great to celebrate it here in Wayne County.
Probably met at the racetrack, married at the racetrack. Why not celebrate your anniversary at the racetrack?
You pretty much live with racing, might as well.
So after the 2 hot lap sessions, Tyler Gunn quickest in the 91 of the 14.981. Tyler Street second quick. Creed Kemenoff third quick. Trey Jacobs fourth. Sterling Kling up in the top 5. Lee Jacobs 6th. Zane DeVault 7th. Henry Melquet 8th. Cody Bova 9th. And Greg Wilson your top 10 in hot lap speeds.
Really entertaining to watch Trey Jacobs and Lee Jacobs play a little bit of back and forth with their lap times there. It was, Lee out in front, then Trey, then Lee, then Trey. Leading out the next group out of Evans City, Pennsylvania, driving the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke truck number 22, that is Brandon Spitailer. And beside him, just talk about his car owner's anniversary, From Plano, Texas, driving the BC Dental Medical Advanced Cast Stone Crown Battery Superior Tank and Trailer number 19, that is TJ Michaels.
The 7N, the teenager out of Adrian, Michigan, 17 years young, in the Slesarski Excavating and Paving, Ackland Insurance, Binks Motorsports, Poor Racing, Level Utilities. Number 7N, Darren Nida, and he's going to be doing some racing at the Knoxville Raceway off and on all summer long in a different car. The 5J just shoving out Jake Hessen out of Marysville, Ohio. The 23-year-old driver, the Sam Jackson's Auto Body, Janet Holbrook. Weeks Plumbing, Tilton Truck Repair, Gates Brothers Grass, number 5J.
Final car on the track. He got upside down last Saturday night out of Alliance, Ohio. The Mack Trailer, KCI Ethical Factor number 3TN. That is Tyler Newhart.
Well, after hot laps, Darren Nida, that 7N, a fourth-generation driver, has set the quickest lap at a 14:09:57. Tyler Gunn second. Tyler Street third. Creed Kemenoff fourth. Brandon Spithaller, your top 5 in speeds and hot laps. Now we're set for qualifying for our third and fourth heats.
First 2 cars getting set to be pushed off. The first one, he comes to us out of Alveda, Ohio, driving the Ohio Logistics, Redline Welding, Truckworks of Ohio, Real Geese Decoys number 15K. That is Creed Kemenoff.
The veteran in the 0 out of Shawinigan, Ontario, Canada. The 60-year-old driver, this is Glenn Stiers in the Glenn Stiers Racing. Chantrelli Promotions, been racing 24 years, a former King of the 360s winner. Former owner, still owns a Shawinigan Speedway, I believe. Glenn Stiers in the 0.
Last week, Creed Kemenoff was scheduled to set the pole for the feature event here at Wayne County Speedway, but a broken part prohibited that from happening. Came out, made a lap, and then put it back in the box and saved it for Ohio Sprint Speed Week.
And wasn't even sure if he's going to run all of Ohio Sprint Speed Week, but his first 3 nights of racing, he has been in the pill draw or the dash. Each of those 3 nights led a lot of laps at Attica Raceway Park as well. His first lap of 14:07:85. And that'll be his quickest lap. Glenn Stiers' quickest lap of 15:07:18. Next up, in the 49X, out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Tim going to be celebrating his 57th birthday here later this month in the Rudzik Excavating, Precision Overhead Door, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium, 4 All-Star Champions, Knoxville Nationals champion, and inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame.
And out of Worcester, Ohio, driving the Steve Brown's BB Drain Service, Harbaugh Electronics, Gressman Power Sports, number 9, that is Trey Jacobs. A feature win this season up at the Fremont Speedway.
Tim Schaefer goes second quick on his opening lap. Trey Jacobs replaces him in that second place in qualifying. Tim Schaefer will remain third quick, and Trey Jacobs will remain second quick. So Creed Kemenoff the time to beat right now. Trey Jacobs second quick, Tim Schaefer third, Glenn Stiers. Next, a duo in the number 4 Out of Plymouth, Indiana, the 24-year-old driver, Zane DeVault, driving the idler in of Put in Bay Premier Planning Services, Dasher Lanes, Leadhead Waterfowl, Pro Auto Wraps, Kistler Engines, Kistler Racing Products, Lane Racing, number 4, 3 wins on the season, 2 at Fremont on the same night, and up at Butler Speedway in Quincy, Michigan.
And also on track out of Benton Ridge, Ohio, driving the DNC Hydraulics, Hercules Tire, Ohio Logistics, number W20, that is Greg Wilson.
Greg Wilson, a 2-time All-Star champion, a former Speedweek champion, led off this 42nd annual Ohio Sprint Speedweek with a second place run at Attica Raceway Park. DeVault up to second quick. And Greg Wilson will be 5th quick. So Creed Kemenall still fast time. Zane DeVault in the 4 machine is 2nd quick. Trey Jacobs 3rd, Tim Schaefer 4th, Greg Wilson your top 5.
All right. Next out on the track out of Rawson, Ohio, driving the King Code Quality Meets, Benjamin Steele, Ohio Logistics Tavern, number 2, that is Ricky Peterson. And the other driver on track comes to us out of Napoleon, Ohio, the 2023 track champion, driving the J-Rail Trucking, King Collision, L&R Farms, Guns Auto and Towing, number 91, the Machine Gun, Tyler Gunn. Opening lap time for Ricky Peterson, 5th quick at a 15.313. Tyler Gunn, last Saturday's feature winner, will replace Peterson, a 15.051. Peterson with 2 feature wins this season here at Wayne County. Second lap time for Peterson, back to 5th, a 15.049. And Tyler Gunn up to 3rd quick, a 14.878. So Tyler Gunn now sits 4th, 3rd quick.
Tyler Street in the 4-star out of Frederickstown, Ohio. The 25-year-old driver of the Bandit Logistics, Mules Hauling, M. Miller Construction, Schaefer's Oil, Behrman Racing Shocks, Mount Vernon, Buckeye Auto Care for the 2021 Ohio Valley Sprint Car Association champion.
And out of Strasburg, Ohio, driving the Red Malkit Inc. Sugar Creek Cartridge, McIntosh Oil, Brian Builders, number 70, that is Henry Malkit. Malkit with a 3rd place run here at the Wayne County Speedway last Saturday.
Opening lap for Tyler Street, 7th quick. Henry Malkit will go 9th quick on his opening lap. And Tyler Street will remain 7th quick in heat race number 3. And Henry Malkit will move up to 8th quick. So nothing changing in the top 4. Creed Kemenall, Zane DeVault, Tyler Gunn, Trey Jacobs. Cody Bova in the 20B. Next up out of Struthers, Ohio, the 30-year-old driver of the JS Bova Excavating Southeastern Equipment, Sonny Kebab Subs, SP Tech, Pro Quality Demo, Richardson Tree Services, 2015 Mercer 305 track champion, 2 career wins here at Wayne County for Cody Bova.
And the former 360 driver comes to us out of Worcester, Ohio, driving the Idle Automotive, ABR Farms number 11, that is Sean Hubler.
Cody Bova's opening lap good for 5th quick in the 20B. And he will remain at 5th quick. And Hubler will be 12th quick. So Cody Bova up into the top 5 in speeds.
For the final heat, coming out for their hot laps, they'll be led by the driver out of Ashland, Ohio, driving the K&R Supply, Buckeye Blasting, Allo Logistics, Cure Speed Shop, number 7, that is Troy Kingen.
The number 34, Sterling Kling out of Franklin, Indiana, the 27-year-old driver of Sterling Kling Racing, Bird Racing, DRC Chassis, number 34, non-wing racer. Steve Kinzer's son-in-law turning the wrenches on that car.
Troy Kingen with 1 career feature win, actually at the Lakeville Speedway. We were just talking about that a little bit ago.
Boy, he's all nostalgic. A win at Lakeville and Cure Speed Shop on the car.
Oh, yeah.
Neither one of them exist anymore. Troy Kingan's opening lap of 16.115, 16.115. Sterling Kling goes atop the speed chart at a 15.331. So Sterling Kling, quickest in heat race number 4 so far to 15.331. Troy Kingan, second quick at a 16.115.
Out of Holmesville, Ohio's got a feature winner a couple weeks to go. Driving the Simcox Grinding and Steel, DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Amanda Lewis attorney, Bell Outerwears number 81. It's the Snowman, Lee Jacobs.
Logan McCandless out of Mercer, Pennsylvania, and car number 29, the 22-year-old driver of the McCandless Ford. McCandless Trailer Sales, Priest Enterprises High Performance Lubricants, CarMate Trailers for Logan McCandless. You know how Lee Jacobs got the Snowman name?
I believe it was at Fremont.
Yep. When
every lap he'd come around and hit the wall, and it looked like there was snow coming off.
Yeah, the softballs. He'd hit it, and it just snowed styrofoam.
Mike Swanger taught me about that one.
And he sets quick time in his opening lap, Lee Jacobs, at a 15.238. 15.238. Sterling Kling in the 34 machine, second quick. Logan McCandless, third quick. And Troy Kingan.
Sound like Lee Jacobs shut the car down a little early there.
Next two qualifiers, Darren Nida, who set quick time in the hot lap session out of Adrian, Michigan. And that's 7N, the 17-year-old driver of the Slesarski Excavating and Paving, Ackland Insurance, Pinks Motorsports, FloRacing, Level Utilities, was the Fremont Attica Rookie of the Year 2 years ago for Darren Nida. Going to do some racing in Knoxville this summer.
And out of Mansfield, Ohio, driving the Jammargo Homes, Keller Williams, Joe Sandswinner, Patriot Capital Financial number 9. That is Lance Heinberger. Heinberger, former Mod Light driver in his rookie season of 410 sprint car competition. Ooh, Darren Nida got it up on the wall there a little bit. Woo!
That just gave him a run down the backstretch.
Yeah, it looks like
nope.
Some issues for the right front of Darren Nida.
Yeah, something on that right front, either might be missing a torsion bar. There's the torsion arm dragging on the racetrack, so
but it didn't look like that affected Nida, as he is currently at the top of the charts at a 14.755. Lance Heinberger sits fifth quick at a 15.995.
If you're new to sprint car racing, 4 corners have torsion bars and torsion arms. Those can be changed out to adjust the suspension on the car. Direct drive from the engine to the rear end, right underneath the driver's seat. These cars have to weigh 1,475 pounds with the driver. 410 cubic inch engines turn anywhere from 800 to over 900 horsepower. Burn methanol alcohol. Well, we'll take that opportunity to get some of these crews back. Maybe the 81 crew needs to get back there quick. It might need an engine change or something.
Everybody really hoping that's not the case. Do want to take some time to shout out another one of our great marketing partners here at Wayne County Speedway, that being J-Rail Trucking. If you have your Class A CDL and looking for a new company to drive for, check out J-Rail Trucking, one of our newer supporters here at Wayne County Speedway. So they'll get the 7N of Darren Nida hooked up and moved off the racing surface. If you like what you're seeing so far, Fast is back in action on July the 27th And another big event, too, they'll be back here for is one of my favorite events of the year. Sunday, September the 1st for the $10,000 to win Pete Jacobs Memorial. We're also going to have the Open 305s on hand that night, as well as late models, modifieds, and super stocks.
You know, I got to know Duffy Smith, and I was here at the Speedweek show when we found out that he had passed away on his way home in a car accident. Duffy was one of those people you knew you were at Wayne County Speedway when you ran into him in the pit area. Just one of the most likable people I've ever met in my life, Duffy Smith. Hey, race fans, how many of you have been to the first 3 Speedweek shows? How many are planning on hitting all 9? I've seen quite a few hands. I like that. We appreciate you, certainly. Appreciate you here tonight. What a crowd at the Wayne County Speedway.
Absolutely. Wayne County always shows up and shows out for their sprint cars.
Next 2 qualifiers, Brandon Spithaler out of Butler, Pennsylvania, and car number 22, the 32-year-old driver, Superior Truck and Trailer, Ravens Trailers, Vance Auto Parts, Tony Burke Trucking for the 2023 Fast Champion.
And driving the car that Duffy Smith made famous out of Caldwell, Ohio, driving the Cup Front Automall, Pine Tree Auto Car, Advanced Tire Pros, Kramer's Custom Sheet Metal number 38K, that is Chris Myers.
Brandon Spithaler, bad wreck at the Fremont Speedway, which brought out the red flag when the rains came down. Took the car over to Tony Bieber in Gibsonburg, Ohio. They stripped it down, thought the frame was bent. It wasn't. So they put another car back together. But they had some fun go-kart racing last night.
Chris Myers, too, another crazy story. Actually got caught up in an alcohol fire a few weeks ago. Scary incident for him. Thankfully, he was okay.
And Chris Myers goes 5th quick. And Brandon Spithaler 2nd quick.
Next pair on the racetrack out of Plano, Texas, driving the BCI Dental Medical, Advanced Cast Stone, Crown Battery, Superior Tank and Trailer number 19. It's TJ Michael.
And making the tow over from Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, a regular with the Interstate Racing Association, and car 47, Todd King, in the BMRE Electric Carts, R. Braun Incorporated.
My bad, TJ Michael. Bell went over the berm.
He's done that here already.
Yeah, he did. He did it earlier this season, down the cornfield.
Opening lap for TJ Michael will be 8th quick. And for Todd King, 10th quick. TJ Michael looking to stuff it up here in his 2nd lap. And he will. He'll move up to 7th quick for the 19 of TJ Michael. And Todd King up to 7th quick, drops TJ Michael down to 8th. So Darren Knight, Brandon Spithaler, Lee Jacobs, Sterling Kling, your top 4. Your final 2 qualifiers, it looks like, for the evening. In the 5J out of Marysville, Ohio, Jake Hessen, the 23-year-old driver of the Gates Brothers Grass, Sam Jackson's Auto Body, Jana Holbrook, West Plumbing, Tilton Truck Repair for the 2017 Ohio Thunder 305 champion.
And the final driver on track out of Alliance, Ohio, driving the Mack trailer, KCI Ethical Factor number 3TN, it's Tyler Newhart. Newhart, a former regular with the Rush 305 wingless series, threw the wing on a couple years ago and dropped a 410 in and has had quite a lot of fun since then.
Jake Hessen's opening lap good for 7th quick, Tyler Newhart 10th quick. Jake Hessen will remain at 7th, but Tyler Newhart up to the 8th quick spot, so good showing for that young man. That'll do it for your qualifications. Your quick qualifier in heat race number 4 will be Darren Knight. He'll roll off 4th in heat race 4. On the pole will be Brandon Spithaler in that 22, and to his outside, Lee Jacobs in the 81 with Sterling Klink joining Darren Knight in row number 2.
So that is going to wrap up Hot Lap qualifying for the TI-22 Fast Series. We'll get the 305s out here next. I believe we have 16 of them on hand tonight. Quite a few of these guys making the drive from the Attica, Fremont area. Looks like Danny Sam's going to be pushed out to get something checked in that 24 car. He's not a 305. So looks like the first 3 cars on track.
The 85 is Dustin Feller out of Denison, Ohio, 19 years young, a rookie. And the price is sandblasting and coating Luke's body and paint, number 85.
Making his way past the front straightaway now, out of Worcester, Ohio. Driving the Chevy of Worcester, Winners Welding, Hinton Machine, number 18, that is Todd Hinton. And the driver in front of him hails out of Mansfield, Ohio. Drives the Kepling Flooring, number 97X. They call him the Mansfield Madman. It's Kyle Moore. Kyle, the same Kyle Moore that you can see driving the 1-star late model with the Malkett Tavern UMP late models on a Saturday night and on a Friday night up at the Attica Raceway Park, usually throwing down with Rusty Schlenk. One career start for Kyle in the 305s came last season with a 5th place run. And Todd Hinton in that 18 makes his first appearance of the season here.
He was with us at Waynesfield last night. Had problems in hot laps and qualifying. I didn't stick around to see where he finished in the feature event, though.
I do know he said this is the last night for that chassis. I think he said on Facebook it's a 15-year-old Maxim chassis or something like that. Final night for the Maxim, and going to put together a new car for the rest of the season. Oh, one car around, keeps his foot in it. Dustin Feller opens things up with a 17.327. Kyle Moore second at a 17.488, and Todd Hinton an 18.090. Waiting for the next trio to hit the racetrack.
The Open 305s between Attica and Fremont have been averaging about 30 cars a night. It's an incredible division that was started at Attica Raceway Park back in 1988, I want to say. And a lot of these guys driving 410s began their career there.
I remember Bryce Lucius, one of the big names in the 410s, saw him win his first ever 305 race here at the Pete Jacobs, I think back in 2021, I want to say.
The 12 of Dylan Watson, another rookie to 305 racing out of LaGrange, Ohio. The KTS Equipment, Dylan Watson Trucking, Perfection Fabricator, Smith Strain Company. 11 years racing on asphalt, though, where he was a champion 3 times.
Finding out of Strasburg, Ohio, driving the Hamlin Racing Engines. Lynn Driving Movie Theater, number 23. That is Ron Hamlin.
Blaine Keckler in the 3X out of Fremont, Ohio. The 18-year-old driver the Gore Concrete, Jamie Miller Trucking, Innovative Excavating, JT Home Servers, BSE, Napa, Brian Fostoria Mod Shop. His second year of racing was the Rookie of the Year last year at Fremont Speedway and Attica Raceway Park.
Last season, Keckler actually went for a wild ride here at Wayne County during the Pete Jacobs. Got caught up in a bit of a wreck and actually went over that turn 2 wall that we were talking about a little earlier.
Bite you, I tell you.
I've seen it happen about 4 or 5 times in my 4 years here.
4 years you've been here?
Yes, my 4th season this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Usually announcers don't stick around that long because you get a lot of abuse.
Well, they pretend to like me at least.
I missed about half a year when the college came back.
Oh, you left and I see. College called. That's all
Yeah,
right.
it was a little bit. I tried to figure some life out, and turns out I didn't like what I was doing in college, so here I am.
What were you studying in college?
High performance mechanics.
Oh, yeah, you don't.
No, I'm not good at wrenching. I'm better at talking than I am wrenching.
You become a service department manager.
Good.
So Dylan Watson now in that 12 machine atop the speed charts of the 16.489. Blaine Keckler in that second spot. I believe that's Todd. No, who is? I got missing data, Darren.
I love that guy.
In third on my thing, it says Justin Feller. Dustin Feller, third quick. Kyle Moore, Ron Hamlin.
Shout out another one of our marketing partners looking for a new career. Check out the Daisy brand. Opened up a new facility a few years back, located just off of 585. Quite a few people working there. So if you're looking for a new job, check them out, thedaisybrand.com/careers.
Next flight of the Open 305s, the 10TS out of Fremont, Ohio. Tyler Sheets, 17 years young, in the Sobrowski Electric Hometown Hub. Hobo Bill from Circleville. Silvertop Sports Bar and Grill. Sheets Family Farms. Tabbert Transportation. BLT Farms. Number 10 TS, his third year of sprint car racing.
Behind him out of LaGrange, Ohio, driving the modern Port Walls, Milton Trucking, Gerber Race Components, KMU Trucking and Excavating, Ken Ganley, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Hyundai, Grafton, VFW, Mark Lombardi, Core Main, Shiver Oil by Dennis Moore, Lock Bramer Racing, Shocks, Fisher, Preston Painting. Number 2, that is Brandon Torok.
James Sam in the 1S out of Bellevue, Ohio, my hometown. The 48-year-old driver of the Bobby Clark Racing, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Jimmy Buckets, Penix Medical Transportation, Short Track Graphics, in his second year of sprint car racing. Keep an eye on this white number 2. This young man has also shown really good improvement. Led a lot of laps last week at both Fremont and Attica.
Got to talk to him a little bit after that Attica feature. Really nice kid, too. Very professional. I can see him having a heck of a future in sprint car racing.
Tyler Sheets going pit side in the 10TS. Brennan Torok, third quick. Tyler Sheets had a second quick in his only lap in that 10TS. And Brennan Torok, quick time at a 16.439. 16.439, quick time for Brendan Torok. Out of LaGrange, Ohio in that 2. Dylan Watson second, Tyler Sheets third, Blaine Keckler, James Sam your top 5.
Still have a few more cars to hot lap. Looks like it'll be the first driver on track out of Sandusky, Ohio. The Sandusky Bay Remodeling, JLH General Contractor, Sandusky Bay RV Rentals, K&H Suspension, Race Ready Apparel, Napa, Fremont, Claycam, Depot Pizza, CA Customs, number 01 of Brian Sabito.
Behind him, he's in the Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame out of Fremont, Ohio. That's Jim Leeser in the 4X. Jimmy Leeser, the 66-year-old driver of the Fremont Fence, Nagy's Equipment, Vans Cast Stone, Chaluk's Bar and Grill, Foster's Auto Body, Spanky's Pizza, Willie Motorsports, number 4X.
And Chris Smith driving the 52 machine.
Brian Sabito, 2 feature wins at Attica Raceway Park, 1 at Fremont Speedway. He had a streak of quick time for about 2 weeks. Every time he raced this 01, he was quick time, former 410, and there he goes, quick time here at a 16.240. Former 410 track champion at the Fremont Speedway, Brian Sabito.
Brian, a guy who always looks forward to coming to Wayne County Speedway. Always see him posting on social media how excited he is to get here, and we love having Sabito here with us.
And Jimmy Leeser, the 1985 Rookie of the Year here at Wayne County Speedway. So here we are, 85, 40 years. That was my first year announcing. Don't say it.
I won't say a thing.
Brian Sabito, quick time at a 16.240 in the 01. Brendan Torok, second quick. Dylan Watson, Tyler Sheets, Blaine Keckler, your top 5. Jimmy Leeser, 6th. James Sam, 7th. Dustin Feller, 8th. Chris Smith, 9th. Kyle Moore, your top 10.
I believe we have final four cars hitting the racetrack.
David Hoppus out of Clyde, Ohio, in his second year racing, car number 98 for the 59-year-old driver of the Chalukes Bar and Grill, Fremont Fence, Carter Lumber, Fox Painting, Snyder's Floor Covering, Coastal Swing Golf and Bar, Sycamore Hills Golf Course, Ace Lawn Care, Spanky's Pizza, North Central Services, Jimmy Buckets, Clyde, and Fremont VFW Post, number 98.
Being pushed off behind him, he was last season's Attica 305 track champion out of Fremont, Ohio, driving the Boca Construction, JLH General Contractors, Kenny Colt Farms, Truck Pointing of America, Clean of Queens, Smitty's Pizza, Roberts & Sons Contracting, number 26 of Jamie Miller.
6 wins on the season, 3 at Attica, 3 at Fremont for Jamie Miller. His brother Heldon Miller right behind him in the 51M out of Fremont, Ohio. The 42-year-old driver, the Jamie Miller Trucking, Roberts & Sons Contracting, 51 in his second year of racing.
And final car on track comes to us out of Tiffin, Ohio. Driving the front 9, Casey Hosler Construction, Under Pressure Renovation, JLR Racing, Shelby Lytle, number 2S of Jackson Sabito.
Jackson Sabito, Brian Sabito's nephew, in his third year of racing, really improving from year 2 to year 3, which is a lot of times you get that sophomore jinx and it doesn't work out that way, but he's been awfully good.
So Brian Sabito goes quick time for the 305 sprint cars at a 16.240. Jamie Miller a 16.246. Brandon Torok third at a 16.439. Dylan Watson fourth at a 16.489. And Tyler Sheets will take your top 5 with a 16.565.
I'd like to thank the TI-22 Performance Fast on Dirt qualifying sponsor throughout the 42nd Annual Ohio Sprint Speedweek, Tubba Towels. Drivers come up to register, they get a free canister at Tubba Towels. That's pretty awesome.
So knocks out real quick. Got our quick qualifier here for the fast 410 sprint cars. Zeth Sabo and Zeth, boy, what a speed week it's been for you guys. It seems like you guys finally have this car rolling really well.
Yeah, we started off a little rough Friday night, didn't qualify good, and glad we found some speed. Went quick time here, start fourth, and see where we can finish, hopefully up front.
Wayne County, a track that you don't really have a whole lot of laps around here. How did you guys come into this? Coming in blind, almost blind a little bit.
We've been here a few times, and every time we're here, we have decent speed. Just, I don't know what it is about this place. I like it, and see what we can do here.
Love watching. Congratulations, your quick qualifier, Zeph Sabo. So, of course, to you race fans, if you came in a little bit later, if you're new to Wayne County Speedway, bathrooms are located down on the turn 1 side of things. We also got porta pots located behind the grandstands. Also, behind the grandstands, we've got our beer shed open. Tonight, we're running a special deal. We've got commemorative Duffy Smith Memorial beer buckets. You can get 6 in a bucket for $30, or if drinking's not really your thing, but you want the bucket, they are $15 just for the bucket. But if you get the bucket, you have a deal for the rest of the season. Buy 5, get 1 free. Also, it's a little cold outside. We've got the 2024 Wayne County Speedway sweatshirts for sale down in the pit admission booth. It's that building right beside the shortstop sign. While you're down there too, grab yourself a 2024 Wayne County Speedway schedule card. And I think this bit sells itself, but the concession stand is open. Dave's been down there working hard, grilling the amazing Wayne County Speedway cheeseburgers. If you've never had one, give it a try. We also got some ice cold Pepsi products, cream chicken, hot dogs, and also the best root beer floats in Wayne County.
Now, William, you said to tweet your seats at us, so we got our first one here, I see. Tweeting his seat, Chris Vert, a sprint car driver. He's watching on flows, finishing up running valves, and he's going to head up to Sharon on Wednesday to race. So there we go.
Well, race fans, we are just about set to get to tonight's racing action underway. So this time we invite everybody to please rise. I'll turn it over to our track chaplain, Eric Ruth, for the Ugly Duck Bar and Grill invocation.
Let's all rise for prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for such a beautiful evening. Lord, you've given us a night that's not too hot, not too cold. It's just seems like just right for the race that we're about to watch. And I thank you so much for all the fans that came out and for all the drivers, the crews. I thank you for the track personnel. Lord, I thank you so much because you love each and every one of us. And you gave your son for all of us. Thank you for your hand upon our lives, for your hand of safety upon every fan on the drive home. And most of all, I pray for these drivers as well as tonight. I pray that you will protect them, not allow any harm to come to them. And I thank you for helping this to be a fun evening, enjoyable for all. We love you for it. In Jesus' name, amen.
And here to perform the Wayne County Schools Career Center Adult Education National Anthem, please welcome Dustin Barnes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and her bright stars through the perilous us fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Barnes. And on behalf of the staff and management here at Wayne County Speedway, we want to welcome you to the Duffy Smith Memorial for night number 4 of the 42nd Annual Ohio Sprint Speed Week. I'm William Burkhart, joined alongside Brian Liskey, ready for another great night of racing here at Wayne County Speedway on this cold but beautiful Monday night.
4 heat races next up, top 4 finishers. 5 finishers, excuse me, move into tonight's 30-lap A main. The winner and the fastest transfer will redraw for their starting spots in the feature event. Now, if the winner comes from the 4th starting spot, that will be the only redraw for the feature event.
Looks like our friends at Serpentini of Orville providing a brand new Chevy Silverado pace truck. Thanks to our friend Carl Stoll for providing us with that.
Heat race number 1 of 4 brought to you by Napa Auto Parts of Fremont, Ohio. Line up like this, scheduled to start on the pole out of Waterville, Ohio in the 5T, Travis Philo to his outside. Picked up the win on opening night of Speed Week at Attica Raceway Park. Had a top 5 run last night at Waynesfield. It's Cap Henry out of Republic. Row number 3, Danny Dietrich out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in the 48, and to the outside out of Fremont, Ohio, your quick qualifier in car number 29, Zess Sabo. Row 5, Jordan Charge out of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia in the V60, and to the outside, Devin Borden out of Raymond, Washington in the Brian Grove Racing number 45. Row 4, Dylan Norris in the 17 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, and Connor Morrell out of Bradenton, Florida in car 28M. Row 5, Riley Goodnow out of Knoxville, Iowa in the 22G, and Emerson Axum out of Franklin, Indiana in the 27. Row 6, Jonah Ahmed out of Mansfield in the 6J, and Cameron Nastasi in the 99M out of Hubbard, Ohio. And on the tail, Jeremy DePoski out of Shiloh, Ohio in car number 13. 8 laps. Top 4 to the A.
Got another of our Tweet Your Flow seats. Our friend Nick Kepling watching from Gatlinburg, cheering on the Mansfield Madman tonight in that 305.
Top 5. See, I was right the first time.
Also got Chris Charlie on Twitter. He's watching in Vegas.
How is he really watching?
That's,
If he's in Vegas, is he really watching?
There's no photo with it, but he says he's in Vegas.
Tomorrow night, we move to the Amish Hilltop Speedway. Wednesday at the Ohio-Pennsylvania border at Sharon Speedway. Thursday down to Muskingum County Speedway. Friday at the recently reopened Millstream Speedway in Findlay, Ohio. And we wrap it up with the big $10,000 to win finale at the Atomic Speedway near Chillicothe, Ohio. Scheduled for 9 straight nights of racing. Fremont got kind of abbreviated. That will be made up in June when the Fast Series comes back to Fremont for the $10,000 to win affair. What a great crowd here at the Wayne County Speedway. Deep tradition with Speed Week, one of the original all-star tracks back in 1973.
Actually was talking, somebody was talking to Jason and I earlier this week, and they asked, why do you guys race on a Monday night? And we just say it's been tradition for the longest time with Speed Week.
It's always started at Attica, and we've always had the Monday night date.
When Speedweek started, Earl Baldus gathered a few of the promoters from the state of Ohio in 1983 together. He had been promoting several tracks, and he got Fremont Speedway promoter Gary Curran and Larry Bowes involved in it. And Gene Lynch was in on that meeting, as well as Bert and Bridget Emick, and that's how Speedweek was formed. And actually, at the original deal, the promoter bought his night, owned his night of racing, and the promoter at Wayne County Speedway at that time owned the Monday night, and it's just been a tradition here to have Speedweek on Monday night at Wayne County. Love coming to this great place. A lot of history here at the Wayne County Speedway. Travis Philo, Cap Henry going to bring us down the green. Danny Dietrich missing the A main the first two nights. Last night turned it around, lost by .001 seconds at Waynesfield. 1/1000th of a second, a blink of an eye. Less than that, actually. Here we go, side by side at the chalk line. Danny Dietrich lifts that left front up. Look at Cap Henry, what a move in turns 1 and 2. Gets a run on Travis Philo down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Cap Henry, Travis Philo going to lead lap number 1 with the momentum. Cap Henry second, Danny Dietrich third, that's Sable fourth. Devin Borden at 5th and final transfer spot, but here comes Connor Morrell on the bottom of the racetrack. Travis Philo now has settled in out front, and look at Danny Dietrich putting the pressure on Cap Henry. Zeth Sable going to reel in that duo. Zeth Sable just needs to finish in the top 5 to be eligible for a redraw. And into second comes Danny Dietrich. Slide job in 3 and 4. Danny Dietrich to second. Cap Henry splits. He and Zeth Sable. Oh my! Wow! Pitter patter, let them scatter all over Wayne County Speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
One car down to the bottom of turn number 4. That is the 13 of Jeremy Deposki. Boy, oh boy!
Wow.
This is why I tell everybody it's the best Monday night of the year. Oh my goodness. Throw a blanket on the top 5. Travis Philo, though, we've talked about a few times already, guys flirting with that wall, and Philo decided to take a little chance with her.
Maintains the lead, though. Danny Dietrich in second, Cap Henry third, Zeth Sable fourth, Devin Borden at 5th and final transfer position. Keep an eye on the 17 of Dylan Norris. Started 7th in this, and he was up there challenging for that top 5. He had just got underneath the 28 of Connor Morrell when that caution came out. Single file past the restart cone. We need a name for the restart cone. I'm going to leave that up to you, William. Pick one of your track sponsors. That'll be the restart cone.
Yeah. Well, we do have the start cone, which is sponsored by our friend Holly Walker,
Let's just do that.
real leader at the Brookside Harris Realty Zone.
There
So
you go.
we'll make it the Holly the Cone.
Holly the
restart
Cone.
There you go, Holly. You got a restart cone named after you. I don't think that was included in the contract, but hey, little bonus.
Travis Philo out of turn 4. Going to drop the hammer. The loud pedal down to the floor. Green out. Here comes. Oh, Danny Dietrich's made contact with him. Spins upside down in turn 1 and 2. Oh, my goodness. Danny Dietrich got underneath Travis Philo and slid up and tried to not hit him and got completely sideways in front of everybody. Zeth Sable unlucky there. No place to go. Contact.
Do see Zeth Sabo climbing out of that 29 machine.
Zeth Sable out of the car over there looking at the damage to the Rich Farmer 29. Cap Henry collected in that as well. The left front suspension on the 33W in the infield.
I did hear from the track crew that Danny Dietrich is okay in that 48 car. Dietrich okay in that 48 car.
There goes Zach Myers, Cap Henry's crew chief, over to the front left of that car. Here comes Chad Wilson to start working on that car as well.
So everybody is okay from that wreck over in 1 and 2. Boy, oh boy.
Looks like the owner of the 33W, Jeff Ward, carrying a new front axle up to the 33W. Now, I've seen guys change a front axle in less than 2 minutes.
Dietrich, Henry, and Sabo running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th unofficially at the time of that crash. Talk about a shakeup in the lineup.
No work time in a heat race, but they can work on it while they get the wreckage cleared up in turns 1 and 2.
I think Ronnie Myers is using that Pine Tree Tone Recovery tow truck to actually lift the front of the 33W up so that
all that is because of the quick time. If they can make repairs to the 29 car, he would start on the pole of one of the B mains because of his quick qualifying effort.
And boy, this just seems to add to just the bad luck of Danny Dietrich's Speed Week. You hate to highlight on it, but I mean, goodness, missed the feature, what, the first 2 nights, lost last night by .001 seconds, and now upside down in the heat race.
And talked to him before the races. They had some valve spring problems in the engine compartment, and one of his crew guys going to bring him a new motor when they get to the bigger tracks, he said. So when he gets to Sharon, they had a new motor for the 48. I'm just thankful he comes over here. Him and Dylan Norris. We don't get many of the Pennsylvania cars anymore that we used to get in Speed Week. And look at that. It looks like maybe
No way.
A front axle in the 33W.
Either that or it's on jack stands. I can't tell from over here.
Well, there's 4 tie bars and a tie rod, and then you got to get the bars off the axle. Basically about 6 to 8 bolts, I believe, with the shocks. Three
Wings
laps
on
are
that
in.
48 are crushed. You see Dietrich being towed on the bottom of turn number 2 right now. I guess I'll do another shout out that I got. We were talking about, me going to UNOH. My friend Ethan Rutherford, who's currently at the university, just sent me a photo that he's watching live on Flow. Great to have you watching, Ethan.
Well, the crew on the 33W is still thrashing to get Cap Henry.
Cap, the 2020 winner of this event.
Looks like they're bolting the left front wheel on the 33W of Cap Henry. Good work by Zach Myers and the Wilsons. Jeff Ward, the owner there in the plaid shirt. Chris and Chad Wilson. Chad Wilson, a former sprint car driver. His dad, Chuck Wilson, one of the greatest guys I've ever known in my life. Just a super, super nice human being. Won a lot of races. Old Chuck Wilson did. Cameron Nastasi with a flat left rear tire.
Boy, oh boy.
Lots of things going on here in heat race number 1. Well, I don't know if they can fix the 29 car. It looks like the rear end is broke. You know, the wing, everybody looks at the wings because they look the most damaged. Those are easy to patch on there. They're kind of expensive, but they're easy to patch up. Rear ends, bent chassis, those aren't so easy.
And hearing the 99 at Cameron Natassi, going to have to head back to the trailer. They are dropping like flies here in heat race number 1, presented by Napa Auto Parts of Fremont, Ohio. We've got camping season coming up. A lot of you like to travel around the campgrounds in a golf cart. Get yourself a new golf cart at our friends at Henthorn Golf Cart Sales, located off of Blatchleyville Road. Give them a call at 330-601-1663.
And here we go. Cap Henry going to rejoin the field at the tail. So Travis Philo will be up front. Second now will be Devin Borden, who was 5th before that melee. Connor Morrell 3rd, Dylan Norris 4th, and Jordan Charge, the Australian, in that 5th and final transfer spot.
Always think it's really cool Devin Borden driving that Grove Racing 45 car. That Grove Racing still uses the old Trevor Baker wrap on those cars. Trevor, a longtime regular here at the Wayne County Speedway. We unfortunately lost him a couple years back, but still cool to see the old T-Rev paint scheme rocking around Wayne County Speedway.
Trevor, one of those guys that started out in 305 racing.
Indeed. I remember I got excited the first time I went to Attica because he said he was from Shreve, Ohio, and I was living in Shreve at the time. Nobody from Shreve associates themselves from Shreve. They're all from Worcester.
Worcester. I think Trey Jacobs lived in Shreve for a minute.
Yeah. He did.
Andrew Palker.
Forgot about Palker. I forgot about that one.
Mr. Palker, his dad in the pits. Man never ages. He's about as old as Moses, but he looks the same. This could be fun watching Cap Henry charge from the rear of this one. He just has to get to the top 5. Cap with wins here at the Wayne County Speedway. Big win.
Second in this event 1 year ago, and the defending Pete Jacobs Memorial winner.
What a year he had last year. My goodness.
There was no stopping him.
He's got 3 feature wins this year, and he's dejected. Set to go green here at the Holly restart cone. Travis Philo, Devin Borden, Connor Morrell, Dylan Norris, Jordan Charge, your top 5. Riley Goodnow in that 6th spot. Emerson Action 7th. Here we go. Green out. Excellent restart for Travis Philo. Devin Borden going to go right up to that top side. Slingshot engage. Big run out of turn 2 to the inside of Travis Philo. Slider in 3 and 4. Devin Borden. 4th place run Friday night at the Port Royal Speedway. Moves into lead. He'll bring along Connor Morrell in the 2nd. Travis Philo back to 3rd. Dylan Norris 4th. Jordan Charger top 5 and up to 6th. Cap Henry from the tail. He needs one more car. Devin Borden pulling away. 1 second lead from Connor Morrell. Here comes Dylan Norris to challenge Travis Philo now for the 3rd spot. Jordan Charge railing the top in 3 and 4. Here comes Cap Henry closing the gap. He'll get the white flag out of turn 4 this time by. Jordan Charge now to the outside of Dylan Norris for the 4th spot. Devin Borden to the white flag. Connor Morrell 2nd. Throw a blanket on 2nd or 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Checkered flag for Devin Borden. Connor Morrell 2nd. Third, Jordan Charge. Fourth, Travis Milo. Fifth, Dylan Norris. So coming home fifth will be Dylan Norris. He'll go into tonight's A main. Travis Philo fourth. He'll go to the redraw by virtue of his qualifying effort. Jordan Charge into the third spot. Connor Morrell second. And he'll go to the redraw. Make some noise for the winner of your Napa Fremont Heat Race number 1 out of Ramon, Washington. How about it for Devin Borden?
All Mobility Heat Race number 2 set at the racetrack next. On the pull out of Northport, Florida in the 24D, it's going to be Danny Sams III, and his outside out of Leduc, Alberta, Canada. Car number 99 is Skylar G. Road to the inside out of Castalia, Ohio. He's got a feature win here earlier this season in the 25R. That is Jordan Ryan. And his outside from Fairland, Indiana, driving the 23 is Cale Thomas. Third on the inside from Portland, Victoria, Australia, the 5AU, that is Brock Hallett. And his outside from LaGrange, Ohio, in the 11, and is Casey Jetterzak. Fourth row on the inside out of Union Valley, Pennsylvania. That's the 38 of Lightning Leighton Wagner. And outside of him, out of Ringenson, Ohio, the 5 of Cody Brewer. Fifth row to the inside, the 7, that is Dylan King of Ashland, Ohio. And Caldwell's Jamie Myers in the 25 starts his outside. But out of Ohio's Tanner Tecco starts inside of row number 6 with the North Lawrence, Ohio driver of Joe Adorjan, his outside. And Caleb Henry scheduled to tag the tail. Don't believe that Caleb Henry is going to make the call for this one.
I had a friend of mine text me and said maybe the U-joint broke and got into his leg as he was limping. I thought he was holding his arm, but they think maybe it might got into his ankle and leg for Caleb Henry.
We're certainly sending all of our thoughts and prayers out to Caleb and wishing him a speedy recovery. Brock Hallett being pushed off in that 5AU car, visited Wayne County Speedway for the first time last weekend. Came home with a 7th place run, was a top 5 car most of the night. And then, like we've seen a few guys already, he tried to flirt with that dirt berm on the outside of turn number 2. Got that car up in the air, somehow never flipped it, kept going and brought it home to a 7th place run last week. Field going to go ahead and get lined up behind the Serpentini Chevrolet Pace truck. Serpentini Chevy out of Orville, Ohio, currently hiring technicians. They have top pay, a sign-on bonus, and they have paid training. If you're interested, give Joe a call at 330-472-2520.
Shelby Marie tweeting her seat on night number 4 with her little boy. Bringing him up right, Shelby. Nice job.
I have great memories of my dad watching Florida Georgia Speedweek on back when it was Lucas Oil Racing TV. Lights out on the racetrack. Green flag next time by. Top 5 to the show. Winner in the fastest transfer to the dash. Danny Sams, Skylar G, makeup runner number 1. Jordan Ryan, Cale Thomas, Brock Hallett, Casey Jetterzak, Leighton Wagner, Cody Brewer, Dylan Kingen, Jamie Myers, Tanner Tecco, and Joe Adorjan will be your running order. Set to rock and roll at the Holly Walker Realtor start zone in turn number 4. Out of turn 4, green is out. Danny Sams trying, oh, hang on her, Skylar G upside down, red flag. Red flag coming out, Skylar G gets caught up with Danny Sams, goes upside down. Looks like Casey Jetterzak and Joe Adorjan also involved in that one.
And Casey climbing out, or excuse me, Skylar G climbing out of that 99 car quite quickly.
He wants to look over the damage, see what can be repaired on this thing. I knew that was going to be trouble when they were 3 wide down the front stretch entering turn 1. It's like Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It gets real narrow real quick.
Sounds like maybe some disagreements happening over in turn number 2. So everybody is, looks like we've got some more conflict going on in turn number 2. Well, Brian, we've had we've had some intense racing, some big crashes, and a little bit of tempers flaring here. So it looks like we'll get the 99 and the 11N moved out. I believe the 2 of Joe Dorjian might have been okay in that one. So a little bit of history about the guy that started on the pole, Danny Sams, that 24 car. A few years ago, we had the GLSS 360s here. We also ran the 410s that night. Danny came out, won the 360s, went back, got in an identical-looking 410, and then smoked the field in that car. So Danny Sam's no stranger to victory lane here at Wayne County Speedway as well. It is good to see Skylar G out of the car and walking away in that blue suit. Like we said, everybody is okay on the top side of turns 1 and 2. So time of that wreck, Skylar G, Skylar G was running 3rd. Jetterzak was running in the 6th spot, and then Joe Adorjan kind of slid in there, nowhere to go. And looks like Adorjan going to go to the attention of his crew down in the work area. So it looks like they're going to get the 2 of Joe Adorjan pushed back out. So once again, thanks to Pine Tree Towing Recovery for being here tonight, helping clean up the wrecks this evening. We're into this Bucks Auto Sales red flag. Can't forget about our friend Buck Smitley.
Hey, well, we got a little bit of quiet time. I know they're watching down in Florida. The creators of Ohio Sprint Speed Week, Bert and Bridget Emick, are watching tonight at home. Sure to miss you out here on the road taking care of your boys, as you used to call all your all-star members. Bert and Bridget, thanks for starting this wonderful tradition. We sure do appreciate it.
Absolutely. So finally got both cars hooked up and moved out. So don't forget, here at Wayne County Speedway, we're back in action this Saturday. We've got the Malkin Tavern UMP late models, the Flint's Tire and Service Center UMP modifieds, Glass House Super Stocks, and the Joyride Transport Mini Stocks, as well as the Mod Lights and the Vintage Auto Racing Club with the vintage cars out here this Saturday. Always got the vintage cars out here. They set up behind the grandstands and show off the cars, and they go out and put a little exhibition feature on. Looks like the steering might be broken too on the 11N of Casey Jetterzak. Trying to make that, trying to get that car towed back.
Well, I hope there's a driver in that car. If not, there's a lesson learned.
I got another old Wayne County friend, I guess we could say. Let me know he's watching on Flow. My buddy Colton Shaw, the former Wayne County Speedway modified track champion. All he said is these things need fenders. Which I find funny from a modified guy, a guy who only knows about a car having half the fenders on
Well,
it.
you know that fender fans call sprint cars tumble bunnies.
I've heard that.
And sprint car people call
The
late
tumble
model
buggies
fans.
and taxi cabs.
Yeah, no, they call them mud buses.
Oh, I've only ever heard cabs. I've never heard the mud buses before. Shout out to my buddy Jameson watching on FloRacing as well. Love seeing everybody's watching from. Keep letting us know. Also my friend Jarrett watching as well. So thank you guys all for tuning in and supporting Speed Week here on this beautiful Monday night. As of course, Speed Week rolls into Hilltop Speedway, just about a 30-minute drive south of here.
Been a minute since I've been there. I called an all-star race there. Oh my goodness. 08 maybe.
I think 2010 was the last time the All-Stars, I think, were there. I'm gonna say.
I think Blake Anderson might have been. No, that might have been me. See, I'm old. My mind's forgetting. You brought it up, William. You did it to me.
This is what happens when you hire a young announcer.
Now, really excited to see Tyler Evans, though, get that track a Speedweek date. Always fun to watch the sprint cars there at Hilltop Speedway, a bit of a smaller track. I'll tell you, Brian, you got to make sure you get some good Amish food if you got some time tomorrow. Heading down to Amish country down in Dover. Head to Mrs. Troyer's. So after all that, no laps in the books. It's going to be Danny Sams, Jordan Ryan on the front row. Cale Thomas, Brock Hallett in row number 2. Leighton Wagner and Cody Brewer in row number 3. Dylan Kingen, Jamie Myers, Tanner Tecco, and Joe Dorjian.
That certainly shuffles the lineup all around. Danny Sams, Jordan Ryan, your front row now.
Leighton Wagner would love to have a change of luck. Had the points lead here at Wayne County Speedway. Had a bad night last week and dropped in points. Even though this isn't a points night for him, be cool to see him back in victory lane.
Here we go, side by side into turns 1 and 2. Jordan Ryan going to go to that top shelf. We had him 3 wide there for a minute. Diamonds off the corner in turn 2. Into the lead goes Jordan Ryan. Danny Sams going to try the bottom. A little hop and a skip there in turn 3. Leighton Wagner in the 3rd spot. Cale Thomas 4th. Brock Hallett, your 5th and final transfer spot. Cody Brewer's first time ever seeing what.
Oh, hang on to Joe Dorjian goes around, tangles with Tanner Tecco, and that's going to bring out a Bucks Auto Sales yellow flag.
Left rear tire flat on the 8T of Tanner Tecco.
Boy, a tough break for Tanner Tecco, man. Young driver getting into sprint car racing. Had a good run going last week and spun out. I think coincidentally ended up making contact with a Dorjian. So I think they're going to push the 8T of Tanner Tecco into the infield. So actually, they're going to push the 8T of Tanner Tecco back into the pit area. Tecco, like we said, the rookie driver out of Medina, Ohio. All of that is Brock Martin's old equipment. And Brock helping Tecco get that car situated. Give one more shout out to a friend of mine watching, my friend Brett Wagner, watching on Flow from Versailles, Indiana. Brett's dad, a rookie in the late models. Both him and his dad, super late model rookies. I need to know when Bill frickin' Wagner is going to come to Wayne County Speedway. I'm still waiting for that appearance, Brett. So it's going to be a single file restart. We got Holly Lacone out there, part of the Holly Walker Realtor Restart Zone. It's going to be Jordan Ryan out in front, Danny Sams in second, Leighton Wagner third, Cale Thomas fourth, Brock Hallett right now the top 5. Cody Brewer, Jamie Myers, Dylan Kingen, and Joe Dorjian all on the outside looking in. Set to go back underway here at the Holly Walker start zone. We're green. Leighton Wagner down to the bottom, trying to get around on Jordan Ryan. Can't make it happen. Here comes Danny Sams back to get by him. Sams in the 24 moves into the second spot. Here comes Cale Thomas throwing his hat in the ring. 3-car battle. Oh my, things are getting tight in that second spot. Cale Thomas still working the middle line. Wagner right around the top. Oh boy. Now Wagner moves down to the bottom. Cale Thomas gonna run identical lines as we've got a yellow. Cody Brewer in the 5-car comes to a stop on the outside of turn number 2, hearing a flat left rear to bring out this Bucks Auto Steel's yellow flag. Boy, I thought we got all the action out of the way in that first heat race. Boy, I was wrong. Never know what you're going to expect when it's Speed Week at Wayne County. I want to shout out to Hall's Auto Sales, another longtime sponsor here at Wayne County Speedway. Leroy Hall, a former car owner in the late models. Also, if you're out traveling around, make sure to stop by Malkett's Tavern, some of the best pork chops and quality meats in Southern Ohio. So getting Cody Brewer moved off of turn number 2. So we'll go green next time around. Two laps in the books, 6 laps left to go. Two down, 6 to go. Jordan Ryan, Leighton Wagner. Bring us to Holly the Cone. We're back underway. Everybody makes through turns 1 and 2. Cale Thomas trying to track down the 38 of Leighton Wagner. Wagner running the bottom. Thomas trying to run the top. Here comes Jamie Myers into the 5th spot now. Great battles all over the track. Brock Hallett goes back up to the top, the battle for 5th. Rob's giving him 2 to go this time around. As Wagner, or Crosslegs, excuse me, as Wagner and Thomas still throwing down for the 2nd spot. Danny Sams runs in 4th. Brock Hallett settling into that 5th and final transfer spot. This time by Jordan Ryan, almost a 2.5 lead over the 23 of Cale Thomas. Now Danny Sams catching the back bumper of the 38 of Leighton Wagner. Sams and Wagner running identical lines. Brock Hallett right there in the mix as well. J.B. Myers on the outside looking in as the white flag's going to fly for the 25R, Jordan Ryan. Here comes Brock Hallett to the bottom. Slide job by Brock Hallett. Move the 5AU into 4th. Now Sams goes back to the bottom. Try to move up the track. Stayed right there. Hallett with him. Checkered flag going to fly for Jordan Ryan. Hallett throws another slide job.
Brock. Oh, Danny Sims comes home in third. Woo! What a wild heat race that was. So Casey Jetterzak comes home in 12th. Skylar G 11th. Tanner Tecco 10th. Cody Brewer 9th. Joe Dorjan 8th. Dylan King in 7th. And Jamie Myers 6th. Those are your cars heading to tonight's MSD Ignitions B mains. Cars locking tonight's A main. 5th to 30 of Leighton Wagner. 4th to 5 of Brock Hallett. 3rd to the 24 D of Danny Sam. 2nd to the 23 of Cale Thomas. And pick up heat race number 2. How about it for the 25R of Jordan Ryan?
Jordan Ryan and Cale Thomas moving to the redraw as Cale Thomas, your quick qualifier in that heat race. Heat race number 3 brought to you by All Pro Aluminum Cylinder Heads out of Johnstown, Ohio. Don't know if Bob and Susie Williams of All Pros here tonight. Saw them at Fremont Saturday. Thank you for all you do for racing. Zane DeVault out of Plymouth, Indiana will be your pole setter. 3 wins on the season for the Driver of the Lane Racing entry to the outside, defending track champion here at the Wayne County Speedway. Out of Melinta, Ohio, in the number 91 would be Tyler Gunn. Row number 2, Trey Jacobs, a winner at Fremont this season in the 9J out of Worcester, Ohio, and rolling off in the 4th spot, your quick qualifier in this heat out of Alveda, Ohio, in the number 15K, Creed Kemenall. Row 3, starting in the 5th spot, Cody Bova out of Struthers, Ohio, in the 20B, the inside to the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, in the 49X. Row 4, Ricky Peterson, couple wins here this year at the Wayne County Speedway out of Roston, Ohio, in the 2, the inside of Tyler Street, in the 4-star out of Frederickstown, Ohio. Row 5, Henry Melquit out of Strasburg, Ohio, in the 70, the inside of Greg Wilson out of Benton Ridge, Ohio, in the W20. Your last row, Glenn Stiers out of Schwagen, Canada, in the 0, the inside of Sean Hubler out of West Salem, Ohio, in car 11. 8 laps, top 5 to the A. Winner and the fastest transfer to the redraw.
Sun coming down behind the grandstands, making for a beautiful, picture-perfect backdrop here. Quite a bit of Wayne County success here in this heat race. Ricky Peterson with 2 feature wins here this season. Tyler Gunn, the defending track champion, and a feature win this season. And Trey Jacobs, Cody Bova, Tyler Street, all former feature winners here at Wayne County Speedway.
What is that big yellow thing? Haven't seen it all day today.
They call it the sun.
Ah,
I learned about it in science class.
science. It's got to be right. Well, let's see if heat race number 3 can be less chaotic than the first 2. Zane DeVault, Tyler Gunn. Got to bring him down to the green flag. I don't know if this is a new car they put together for Tyler Gunn. First couple nights, he was in the family-owned 68G, and now the Jim Sipe Carousel Racing number 91, but it looks like a new body on that machine. Patience to the chalk line. Oh, what are we doing here? I don't know what Tyler Gunn was doing there, but
as track promoter Jason Flory would say, a lot of take and no give. It's got to be give and take all the way to the line, boys.
Now they're side by side at the chalk line, green out. Zane DeVault going to go right to that top side of the racetrack. Get a big run, diamond off of turn 2 into the lead around Tyler Gunn. Trey Jacobs, Creed Kemenaugh side by side for the 3rd spot. But it's going to be Zane DeVault out front, Tyler Gunn in 2nd. Trey Jacobs 3rd, Creed Kemenaugh and Tim Schaefer 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Holy moly, rock and roll, hang on. Creed Kemenaugh loses 3-4 spots. Zane DeVault out front, Tyler Gunn in 2nd. Trey Jacobs 3rd, Tim Schaefer 4th, Tyler Street the beneficiary, all that into the 5th and final transfer position. Ricky Peterson, Greg Wilson side by side battling for 6th. Look at this, 3 wide out of turn 4, and they're right on Tyler Street's bumper for the final transfer spot. Tim Schaefer, Ricky Peterson, Greg Wilson off the bottom of the racetrack. Tyler Street tries to fight back. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Sean Hubler bringing out the caution.
For those of you here in the grandstands, just got a text message. I know I've seen Peggy out selling the 50-50, benefiting quota of Wayne County. The 50-50 is over $700. We're looking at a season high here. Sure, it's no 100,000 like it could at Eldora, but still $700. That's not a bad deal.
And they aren't done.
Yeah, we're not done yet either.
No, they'll keep selling.
Exactly.
They'll get 1,000.
Oh, yeah. Be enough to get you some tickets and hotels for the rest of Speedweek.
There you go. 2-second lead wiped out for Zane DeVault. What a battle for that final transfer spot, though. My goodness gracious. Wayne County Speedway in tip-top shape. Smooth and fast from bottom to top. Zane DeVault going to bring us down to the green flag. 4 laps in, 4 to go, green out. Trey Jacobs goes to the inside of Tyler Gunn, the battle for that 2nd spot. Tim Schaefer rails to the top, got a big run now on Trey Jacobs, thinks better of it. Here we go, Zane DeVault for the 2nd spot. Tyler Gunn, Trey Jacobs, Ricky Peterson. On the move in the 2-car, started 7th in this one. Greg Wilson, Tyler Street, Ricky Peterson. All-out war for that 5th and final transfer position. And now Creed Kemenaugh says, I want to join in on this fun. Flying out front, though. Zane DeVault, huge lead. White flag in the air for Zane DeVault. Tyler Gunn in 2nd. Trey Jacobs trying to hold off Tim Schaefer. And watch that battle for that final transfer spot. Ricky Peterson, Ricky Peterson rides the berm. Greg Wilson in the 5th. Ricky Peterson slows on the backstretch. Checkered flag in the air for Zane DeVault. 2nd. Tyler Gunn 3rd. Trey Jacobs 4th. Tim Schaefer, final transfer to Greg Wilson. So your top 5 moving tonight, say Maine. Wow. That was very, very, very entertaining for that final transfer spot. Hey, give Ricky Peterson a round of applause. He laid it all on the line out there, trying to put it in the show. He's got the B main to do it, though, and I think he can get her done. Finishing 5th to be Greg Wilson, the veteran in the W24 to Tim Schaefer. 3rd to Trey Jacobs. 2nd, Tyler Gunn, by virtue of his qualifying effort. He'll be in the redraw. And make some noise for the winner of your All-Pro Aluminum Cylinder Heads Heat number 3. What do you say for Franklin, Indiana, Zane DeVault?
Victory Fuel Heat Race number 4 making their way onto the racetrack. 4th and final heat race for the TI-22 410 sprint cars. On the pole out of Butler, Pennsylvania, is the defending Fast Series champion, the 22 of Brandon Spitaler. Outside of him, a feature winner this season in the 81, it's the Snowman Lee Jacobs.
Road to the inside out of Tempe, Arizona, the 34, that is Sterling Kling, and is outside from Adrian, Michigan, the 7N of Darren Nida. Third row to the inside, Caldwell's Chris Myers drives the 38K car, and Mercer, Pennsylvania's Logan McCandless in the 29M. Row 4, the 5J, that is Jake Hessen out of Marysville, Ohio, and the Alliance Ohio driver of Tyler Newhart in the 3TN. Fifth row has Todd King out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, and the 19 of the Texas Traveler, TJ Michaels. Final row sees Mansfield, Ohio's Lance Heinberger in the 9H and Troy Kingen in the 7. Boy, this has probably been some of the most exciting sprint car racing I think we've seen all season so far at Wayne County Speedway. We've seen some good races so far. Looking to get something shipped or hauled? Check out Joyride Transport here in Worcester, owned by our very own Doug Drown, who races the late model here regularly. Thank Doug and Joanna Drown. You can get a hold of them by emailing them at joyridetransportllc@gmail.com. Also got to shout out the shortstop, owned by Mrs. Steph Humphrey. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. It's a little gas station in Loudonville, Ohio. I don't know where she gets it from or what she does to it, but it is so good. Got to get some debris out of the track over in turn number 2. Pace truck over in turn number 1. Drivers being told to catch up to the Serpentini Chevrolet pace truck. Rob's giving him the 1 to go. We'll go green next time by Brandon Spitaler, Lee Jacobs, runner number 1, Sterling Kling, Darren Nida, Chris Myers, Logan McCandless, Jake Hessen, Tyler Newhart, Todd King, TJ Michael, Lance Heinberger, Troy Kingen. Winner in the fastest driver in the redraw, winner in the fastest transfer, head to the redraw, and the top 5 will lock themselves into tonight's TI-22 Performance main event. Set to rock and roll out of turn number 4. Green is out. Spitaler tried to pull the slide job, but Lee Jacobs going to drive down on the bottom of him. Chris Myers making his way through the field, and still Jacobs and Spitaler battle for that first spot. Darren Nida running in 3rd, Jake Hessen in 4th, Sterling Kling and Logan McCandless battle for the 5th spot. Darren Nida working that bottom line of the 7N, trying to keep up the 22 and the 81. Spitaler pulling the slide job, slides up front of the 81 of Jacobs. Jacobs goes back underneath Spitaler, and he'll maintain that lead. Spitaler going to fall in line with the 81 of Lee Jacobs. Jake Hessen still holding on to that 5th and final transfer spot. Spitaler tries a slide job on Lee Jacobs again, but still Jacobs gets underneath him. Boy, Spithaler going to try and make it a bit of a slide job city here, as now Brandon Spithaler does make a good slide job to get around the 81 of Lee Jacobs. Jacobs tries a slider on Spithaler. A little bit of smoke coming from the 81 of Jacobs. Great battle for the lead here. A lot more smoke coming out of the 81 of Lee Jacobs. He shut it off early in hot laps. Can't help but wonder if that might be a lasting effect of something that might be going on. As now Spithaler begins to drive away. Darren Nida runs in the third spot. Sterling Kling in fourth. And Jake Hessen, currently your top 5 in the show. Logan McCandless still trying to track down the 5J of the Marysville, Ohio driver. CJ Michael and Chris Myers both duke it out. White flag set to fly for Brandon Spithaler. Now Jake Hessen has caught the 34 of Sterling Kling. Hessen down to the bottom, slides up for the 34 of Kling. Kling goes back underneath him. The checker's going to fly for Brandon Spithaler. Battle for the 4th spot. Drag race to the line. It's going to be Sterling Kling. Tyler Newhart comes home in 12th, Lance Heinberg 11th, Todd King 10th, Troy King in 9th, Chris Myers 8th, TJ Michaels 7th, and Logan McCandless 6th. Those drivers will be heading to tonight's B mains. Cars locking into tonight's A main. 5th, the 5J of Jake Hessen. 4th, 34 of Sterling Kling. 3rd to the 7N of Darren Nida. 2nd to the 81 of Lee Jacobs.